All right, so welcome to the Catholic League Brief. This morning we put out a news release titled IRS Shift on Nonprofits is Welcome. So we just kind of wanted to talk about the context of that, what exactly is going on with the IRS, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. So what exactly is the Johnson Amendment, and why would you say it matters?
Thanks, Sean. The Johnson Amendment has been something around since 1954. Uh, Lyndon Johnson, when he was senator in Texas, he introduced an amendment in one of these big spending packages, as Washington always does things, that essentially said that any 501c3 is barred from political speech. So you can't go out there and endorse candidates, you come out against candidates, all that type of stuff's forbidden for 501c3s. And this was a problem for churches in particular because under IRS code, anything that's a nonprofit, including churches, is a 501c3. So in practice, what this led to over the last decades, half century and more, is churches have been sort of marginalized and sidelined from getting involved on talking about issues that intersect with faith and politics. So issues like abortion, transgenderism, all the types of things that we talk about here, kind of had a very strong chilling effect from the federal government, particularly the IRS, going after people that get out of line.
Um, Great stuff. So yeah, I also wanted to talk about how this kind of affects some real world examples, and in particular the Catholic League. Infamously, we were investigated in 2008 in regards to this. I was wondering if you could talk about that a little bit, who was really behind it, and how this affects nonprofits like the Catholic League that are trying to get a message out there.
Excellent point there, Sean. We've also been dinged on this as well. It was back in 2008. Barack Obama had just been elected, and Bill Donahue, president of the Catholic League, he got a very sternly worded letter from the IRS. How dare you get involved in these things? Well, it turns out this wasn't the IRS just out fishing for Catholic organizations that spoke too much in the election. You got this from the IRS got this from a George Soros funded group, Catholics United, that sent a packet to the IRS of these are all the bad things Bill had said, and really there were just I think it was 12 in the end of the day news releases that were tangentially connected to the election. That abortion's bad, the type of things that you would expect to hear from a Catholic civil rights group, and the IRS got that from this George Soros funded group that no longer exists, Catholics United. And we know we got it from them because CNN had recently received pretty much the exact same packet from the same organization saying you need to kick Bill off the air. This was back when CNN was a little bit more fair and balanced, closer to the center. Um, they let us know that, and things then kind of proceeded from there. It was about a year and a half drag out battle that Bill took these guys to the mat and essentially told them that we didn't violate the law. And in the end of the day, they did come around and say, yeah, okay, you didn't really violate the Johnson Amendment that's in the IRS code, but it does have that chilling effect. And a lot of organizations don't have a leader like Bill that just has the tenacity to tell these guys to pound sand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so those organizations are the ones that are really impacted by this, and this is going to be a great change that's coming out of the IRS.
All right, and just to wrap things up here, how has this policy changed now? What do our members need to know, and how do you think this will be affecting us as an organization?
I think this is going to be a very tremendous change across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So the IRS has essentially said they're in court right now, or they were in court with several religious organizations. Are like, this is chilling our speech, please make this go away.
Mm-hmm.
And the IRS to settle this has come out and said, essentially, we're going to clarify the language here, which is going to lead to a major policy shift. Essentially, the ruling compromise that they're coming up with is if it's somewhere in the intersection of faith and politics, and the church is speaking to its congregation as it normally would, and just happens to touch on these issues, well, that's not really participating in the election. That's not really intervening in the election. That's not getting involved in a political campaign. That's just them preaching the gospel the way that they understand it and bringing up how that relates to the people in the pews. So that is a very big win. But the thing about the Catholic League and this ruling is we're not necessarily changing our position or anything. We're not going to go out there and suddenly start endorsing candidates. It's not necessarily what we should be doing. We're here to fight anti-Catholicism and speak truth to power on these critical issues, but not necessarily be best friends with politicians. So we're not going to go out there and start endorsing people. But for other organizations that don't have the tenacity of Bill Donahue, this is going to free them up to hopefully speak more like we do on these issues. And we're going to stay, right in this fight. So this is a big win across the board. And hopefully more organizations will take a leaf out of our book and start behaving like we do and actually sticking up for these really critical issues.
All right. Well, I hope this was helpful. If you guys want to read more about this, we have this news article posted on our website online at the Catholic League. Yeah, thank you guys for everything.